Morning, beautiful people. Good morning. Good morning. And I will never get nobody name up. They was like, they was like, is that a wig? What was that? I said, I don't know. I don't do hair. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna say the other women that was in there. Some that at the merriment, they was laughing at the gym with me this morning and said, we know you gonna put them hairstyle. I said, I am. So I know, because we got 130. I said I am. I'm going to put it up there. Now, one downvote is Liddell or Kansas. I'm not messing with you.
Rocket, cold.
But look who they said that was Crockett. You got Stephen A. Smith attacking her now. Jasmine Crockett.
Been attacking our whole national show. It ain't nothing new with him. He's the fastest race. He all that. He let you know who he is. He ain't holding him up.
But he black.
Stephen Miller ain't.
No, Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, man.
I'm talking about Stephen A. Smith. You ain't see how they said to I said, y'all wrong. Y'all wrong. I mean, listen, hey, some laugh with you, some laugh at you. They laughed at me plenty of times. I laughing too, shit. But hey, it is what it is. But boy, we was rolling. They was like, you gonna put them pictures up? I said, I am. She the one brought up content. She said, are they trying to use stuff for content? I said, she gave it to me. This what I had wanted to say. I was watching one guy. I was looking for his video, and he was talking about like in Chicago when they raided the hotel. And I get both sides, not the hotel, the apartment complex. But and as he was breaking it down, and it was like what they doing is, what they not telling people is, and it's bad on both sides, but these was the ones that the Democrats had. And when they took them to Martha's Vineyard and everything.
Yeah.
What's up?
I can't. I just can't fathom that, right? Like, I'm still stuck on, you touch my kids, I'm touching you. It's that serious. And the fact that he's just letting this man skate by, but a dude who does something peaceful, that rallies the community to do something peaceful, right? How often do we see people today get groups of people together, rile them up, and go set them loose? Jed gathered a group of people, got them focused, and did something productive, and he's the fucking monster? This is some bull.
I'm in this thing. Good morning, beautiful people. Mama Quill is in the building. Good morning, beloved. Kobe Fatty in the building. Good morning. Loving Me, good morning. Terry Nixon, good morning. Concrete Jungle, good morning. Pastor Nicholas J. Gaddis is in the building. Nikki So Tricky, what it do? Sexy Chocolate in the building. Gold Bond 3, good morning. Debbie Clark, one half of them Wonder Twins in the building. I ain't going nowhere. I wouldn't let you go nowhere on Hump Wednesday. It is. It's Hump Day, you heard. How you doing? The lovely Sharon in the building. The lovely Merc 76 in the building. Andre Holland, how you doing, good brother? Allie Nicole Gaddis Rivers in the building. Erica Gaddis, my Gaddis clan. Chris Caleb, what it do? And my fellow 7th Wardian shooting the shit. T, where you at, beloved? I ain't see you last night. Please say you was in the bushes watching. How you doing, First Lady Ashley Gaddis? Sandra Nichols Martin, good morning. Pop Gaddis. Marshall Green, good morning. Good morning to all my beautiful people that's in the chat. What's up? The lovely Jazzy Melody is in the building. Thank y'all for tapping in. Thank y'all for tapping in. How y'all doing, family? How you doing? How you doing? Okay, today's weather. Okay. It's messed up here.
It's fucking cold.
Good morning. Good morning. I see the real KC done tapped in. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. No trouble. Good morning. Good morning. What's up with the light button? What's a light button on here today?
Yeah, there's. Oh wait, light. What? Huh?
I'm looking at one.
It could be a typo, because she is on cell phone.
I don't know. I can't answer that. I can't answer.
I'll check that in just a second. I'm having a problem with my thumbnail generator.
Karen Malone, good morning. Good morning. Grace Lawn Care and Landscaping. What up, Yogi G is in the building. Luana Terry, thank you for tapping in. Thank you for tapping in. You know what it is. Same old, same old. Ain't nothing changed. What's up, Big Mama Gaddis in the building? Y'all know what it is. In these lonely. Oh, like. She meant to say like button. I don't know. If you on your phone, what you got to do, you got to tap the screen, and it should come up like 3 dots or something, and it should let you. It'll let you probably lock. I mean, I gotta see how I do my phone. Well, y'all know, don't take it from my phone. Oh, okay. See, if you do this, as you can see,
we can't see it. Your phone wasn't in your camera's view.
Right. Well, I done just messed up.
It's fine.
Well, if you do this with your phone, if you push it up, it should let you. No one sharing or liking it like that button. Like she said, hit that like button. Y'all know I'm waiting on my new phone to come in. I ordered it. I got to order it and everything yesterday, so it should be here Friday.
Please tell me it's not another Google phone, bro.
That's all they would give me. Constance, good morning. Good morning. Thank you for tapping in. Blake, you got it. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, come on, y'all family. Share this and hit that like button. You heard? Hit the like button.
Nope, it's still not letting me change the thumbnail. Okay, well, fuck it.
Hit that like button, family, as you're coming in. When you're coming through the door, hit it. I mean, I don't know, family, what y'all want to talk about? Y'all put it. It's Hump Wednesday. You lead it. I know it's gonna be about this politics game here. That's why I said it's only news. It's only news. Title of the show: It's only news.
Well, the title's about to get swapped to Trevor can't make thumbnails right now. I'm getting aggravated. Why do I pay for this service if I can't use it?
See, got it. Yeah, I'm saying, family, we y'all see the courts is even against the people in the city, family. The courts. Should I be messing with the courts? I ain't gonna mess with the courts. It is what it is, family. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Like Jesus said, what is Caesar? When did it render to Caesar?
Render to Caesar what is Caesar's is rendered to Harold what is Harold's.
Crystal Lynn Gaddis, good morning. Valparaiso, Indiana is in the building. I'm just saying, listen, family, we is in stuck between a rock and a hard one. It's election season upon us, and right now, I mean, I'm kind of excited. I'm gonna be honest. I got to sleep on it. Deborah Thompson, good morning. Thank you for tapping in. I'm kind of excited to see what the new people gonna do. We seen what the past administration, the past council done done. What the current council right now. It said, what happened, Judge Levy Court, man, Monday? I have no idea. Reverend James West Jim Gaddis, Las Vegas. Which one you talking about, Chris? Las Vegas is in the building. Thank you for tapping in. And hit that like button as you're coming in, family. It don't cost nothing to hit that like button. And after the show go off, to hype it up. You heard? Hype it up. Sharisa Doom is in the building, Hillsborough, North Carolina. We got the lovely Deborah Luna then touchdown. Wanda Smith, good morning, good morning. Y'all know I'm sitting here just like, I don't know, family. Like I said, we done seen it. We up on election season time. I'm watching I'm watching. Like I said, I'm sitting back. So let me see this. Okay, we getting to something. LaWanda said she gonna come out and step out on faith and ask the question. So how was an appointed to the ENA board for the 7th ward, but running for the 8th ward? That's Flint for you. That's Flint for you.
I do have a possible, mind you guys, possible answer to that, because the ward swapped. Remember the ward adjustments? So could have been appointed to the 7th ward, but after the boundaries have changed, he is now in the they is now in the 8th ward. That's a possible. Don't take that as gospel, right? All right, what's going on? Sorry, I'm still fighting with this program I'm using. Yeah, I see. Or I got a notification on Ground News about Whitmer's father dying, which once again tells me, because it's being pushed to the head of news feeds, that she is running for, or planning on running for president in the next presidential election. Because I don't think you'd hear that about the Arizona governor. Hell, I don't even know who the Arizona governor is right now. You'd probably hear it about DeSantis because he's got his eyes on the presidency. So a lot of these governors who got eyes toward larger offices. But Mickey's on the phone right now. Anyway, regardless, though I do not like her or her policies, I wish to express my condolences. I know what it's like to lose a father. So I do feel sorry for Gretchen Whitmer. And I hope that things get better for her. Trump's going to come for Michigan next. Get them books. What books? Oh, you're talking about an audit. God, I hate being up here alone. So, good morning, Sherry. How you doing today? Oh, you're on the phone side. Get out of there. There's weird people that come in there. I go in there periodically. There's a lot of weird people in there. No, he's coming back. He's coming back.
Y'all couldn't hear me. I had muted myself because I got a phone call. I didn't mean to keep my face up here when I was just got a phone call about some things. Somebody want to come on?
No.
So what did I miss?
Nothing much. It was pointed out that Gretchen Whitmer's father passed away last night.
Oh wow!
Or Monday, one of the two. But
Winters did say that. I heard her say that. Yeah,
I'm expressing my condolences. Yeah, I don't like her. I don't like her policies, but I know what it's like to lose a father, and it's one of the hardest things in the world.
For sure. Your condolences to everyone that lost somebody. The lovely Sherry Allen is in the building. Gaddis Mechanic Shop is in the building. Let me see. Deborah said, "Dare she run against the mighty? I just want the audits." My thing is this. Let me see. Concrete Jungle said, "My head hurts after trying to read. Once was paragraph API." Pastor Marvin Gaddis, good morning. Hey, Juan, I know you watching. I didn't listen, brother. I wasn't trying to. I know I put a comment up in there. I didn't know, but I guess I can read better Leon penmanship than yours, even though yours was better. But I could, I can just read.
Wait, is it penmanship or is it like he actually typed it out and it is?
No, he was trying to say children, but you know how you can be on the phone. And
like some people, there's two ways for that. Either one, his spell check hates him, or number two, he's trying to talk at his phone like that.
Yeah. So
I hate that.
Yeah. Lavender 1965. Thank you for tapping in. Sideways, Pimp Gaddis in the building. B. Marie not playing. She said better than me, Trevor, because I ain't sending any because she played on us on the Flint Walk.
And I feel you, and she also is a great friend of Dan and Nestle Hill, who killed Rico. At the same time, I don't think her father had anything to do with that. And those of us who have lost a parent, it is the hardest thing in the world. Even someone I absolutely despise, we'll say 21. If I found out he lost a loved one, though I don't want to talk to the guy, I don't like him at all, he's going to get my condolences as well. You know what I mean?
Mr. Classic, good morning. It varies for different people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, there's things you are all far better people than I am. And
but I do. Carol Kincaid, good morning. In case I didn't say it, Leon responses are auto-generated. Listen,
Leon uses Chat GPT to its worst.
I just look at it like this. It's to me the whole thing. Donnell Meredith, good morning, good brother. Thank you for tapping in. Wanda Jones Gaddis, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Good morning to everybody. I'm just looking at it like this, in my humble opinion. And I feel B. Marie because what about the people who lost family members here from this water? So I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but this is the games that, like I say, they play games on us.
And we should all turn around and whatever our feelings are, right? Like me expressing condolences. If you're not expressing condolences, we got to keep that same energy for Snyder. If Snyder's family passes away, I'm going to say condolences. If, you know, if his family passes away, and say B, I know you're going to keep your same energy, but you know, anyone else, like if Snyder's family passes away, don't switch it up and suddenly be contrite or, you know, sorry for Snyder when you weren't for Whitmer. You know what I mean?
Nah, B. Marie, you don't owe me. You know what I'm saying? Nah,
Yeah.
I'm just being
Votes,
honest.
on the other hand, like
Yeah,
throw those in the
I
toilet.
get it. Lanita Murray, thank you for tapping in, beloved. Reverend Gaddis Long. I get it. I just look at it like this. Like it's really it's the kind of fine, and I'm just being honest. It's kind of hard to do it. I get it. Me, I go ahead because I'm just like, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of no. Most people got who they won't offer it to. Now everybody got a cutoff limit. We can say, you know what I'm saying? that's elective politics. Let it be somebody you really can't stand, because you can say this. What you said if it was Putin, if it was somebody, you would.
Yeah, and I wish horrible things upon Putin, but
see, that's what I'm saying.
Family member.
How can you?
I was an asshole. Like, you barely knew me before my father died.
Ms. Karaza, good morning. Yeah.
Like all of y'all. If you were here back in 22, that was right after my mother died. Before both of them passed in 22, I was a far different person. I was a very angry, I was a fucked up kind of person. We'll put it that simple. My parents' passing changed me. Like, I've seen the mortality of life. I'm like, damn, dude. Like, I can't be holding on to all that. So it is what it is.
Miss Karaza, thank you for tapping in. We're going to do the quiet stumping because she got a cake in the oven. The lovely Sherry Adam. Like your mama say, when a person shows you who they are, believe it. But I think we have a problem with that, though. Here.
This right here, like, B, I knew you would stay, like, you wouldn't change it up. Like, I know that you're 100% like an honest and sincere person. So, like, that wasn't directed towards you, per se. Like, please don't take it as that. You, Phoenix.
Yeah, Macy Brooke Gaddis in the building. I just look at it like this, man. I don't think we have really woke up on a lot of things. Like I said, this where we at right now. I just, like last night, I mean, I was listening to a lot of the stuff Winters was talking about. You know, when it give me enough time to sit back and think about it, just with the politics situation here. And I think a lot of times, I think we don't be really listening. I think sometimes we do get caught up on, because if we don't like this person, and we do a lot of times we let different people shape how we see people. And what I mean by that is, like this for I use Eric. Good morning, Miss T, and the Mickey Fire Girl Gaddis Magnum. Thank you for tapping in. Hillsborough, North Carolina in the building. Like how Eric was coming in. And I think that's what, and I'm not comparing saying art is just like Eric. I'm not gonna say Carol is like Eric, you know what I'm saying? They bring their own. Clarice Gaddis Johnson, thank you for tapping in. We got Canton, Mississippi in the building. I think what they bring is like how they will come. They will kind of challenge you. Damn sure, you know, art gonna challenge. Now, I'll say this, as far as closeness, what I see, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. What I see, Carol, I believe Carol, and like I said, y'all know Larice Gaddis Hayes, thank you for tapping in. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all know I don't really fool, but I do believe Carol would try to do something, but would she go to the extreme like art? Now, you know, Carol was calling their asses out on the ENA board when she's like, why is we study sending these love letters? Now, art go over the edge as far as going that extra mile like Eric would go. Yeah, I do believe art would do that. Do I believe Art will call down the mayor like Eric did it. Yeah, I believe Art would do that. You know what I'm saying? Do I believe and will probably try to do it unsuccessfully and will probably keep going. Do I think Carol will constantly go with that? Nah. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Carol will go. She'll probably do it as she can do it and then probably like F with it. Now she gonna speak her mind. You know what I'm saying? Now fires with and I go off on the limb with this. What happened with the what was that the Hasselbrink Center? Is that in the first ward where Eric they changed the name of it? Is that family? Is that what that the Eric May Center formerly? What was
I
that?
think
What was the name?
the Hasselbrink, the folks in charge of Hasselbrink itself have to rename it that, and I don't think they voted for it yet. So it's still Hasselbrink. I don't think they voted to name
I'm
it
just saying,
Eric
what
May.
was the name of it? Was it still Hasselbrink?
I think it's still Hasselbrink. I don't think they voted for it.
I do believe Mary Baby Doll Gaddis, good morning. I do believe Carol would that situation over there, it wouldn't have Hasselbrink. Thank you for reminding me, Carol Kincaid. Thank you, beloved. Now, do I think Carol would? No, I believe the Hasselbrink situation would still be Michael B. Good morning. Thank you for tapping in. Ron Uncut, good morning. I think Miss Lewis then would still be over there at Hasselbrink if Carol would have been in the first ward. And I do, you know what I'm saying? If she would have been in there, yeah, Carol. I'm not for sure, you know what I'm saying, Lavin. I'm not for sure. You know, just on Tanya's show, she said she was. Tasha Lynn, good morning, beloved. Don't let me lie. I'm just saying, during the last election, Hasselbrink Senior Center, right, said it was incorporated and is in Calvary Methodist on Flushing Road. Now that's the other mess is on Mayor. That's what I'm saying. Like, I do believe if Carol would have been in there in that first ward, Carol would have, you know, Hasselbrink would have still been there. I mean, you know, the Senior Incorporated would have still been there. It wouldn't have been moved to the 6th ward. I do believe on that Carol would have kept that. You know, as far as them fighting, yeah, you know, I do believe both will get up there and would have fight. Now, do I believe Carol will probably go to the extreme that Art gonna go to it? I don't believe that. I don't believe it. Jones Elizabeth Gaddis, thank you for tapping in. Ontario, Canada in the building. I don't believe that now, you know, Carol would, because even with me, I would go, I'd be like, listen, I'm not going to keep, to me, it'd have been like beating a dead horse. But do I believe Art would? Yeah, I believe he would get up there and he would, you know what I'm saying? He was going to make some noise. That's what I'm saying. It was the Rivet Downtown Hall that got the mayor on their next. Facts, Deborah Luna. But to me, even with that, if he was mad, see, I don't think the mayor, being honest with, I think that was, he could have been mad. I think in some of his own delusional grandeur is that he thought he was going to be bigger than the mayor. I don't think in his mind that he's going to be, you know, he's going to be more than being a state rep, and your top is council. I mean, is the mayor. So on Tanya show, she said she would support Carol, supporting them. You know what? On that, I don't. You know what I'm saying? B. Marie, I don't. I wouldn't bring in. I wouldn't bring. Like I said, people got the right to do how they want to do. I'm gonna be honest with that. That's why I don't. That's why you heard me say it how I said it. If any individual get mad, facts, Carol Kincaid. I feel like a person can support and endorse who they want to do. I'm not gonna hold that. If you support me, I hope you endorsing me too.
Yo, I need to get that scammer out of our chat.
Yeah, I just seen that too.
I can at least do that. That's one program that's not going to fight me this morning.
Yeah, let me see. And Carol Kincaid, I do believe you on that. I just think we have to be, you know what? I have to go back and pull it up, Michael B.
Actually, is Denise in the chat right now?
Denise.
Cousins.
I don't know. She might have been.
If you are, could you put the name of the gentleman that you pointed me to. He's running in the 4th ward. I talked with the guy a little bit. No. Denise did.
Oh.
Give me a second. I'll look up his name. I think it's Mr. Nate. I'm not 100% on it. Oh, wait. Where's that person? Oh, you got him?
Let me see what.
Oh, Wintus got him. Thank you, Wintus.
Let me see. I really think Art needs to be elected because he's very, very knowledgeable and he gives out a lot of information on residents. Just my opinion, for sure.
I'm not gonna say yes or no to Art or Carol. Like, in my opinion, they're both. God, I can't say 100% because it's hard than that. They're both leagues and bounds better than what's currently in that 1st ward. You know, I mean, it's not hard to be better than a alleged spouse abuser.
Yeah, well, he'd been 3rd ward.
Now he's moving toward 3rd, and it's like,
No, said not trying to put you on spot at Mick, but who you think is better candidate, Art or Carol? I mean, to be honest with you, you know,
regardless of what we say, it's going to cause problems. Mick,
I'm gonna be. What's up, Michael Jackson Jones in the building? I'm gonna be honest with you, you know, and I'm being as fair with you. If you really want to know who, I wouldn't be mad with either one, but you know, personally, you know, who I know still got beef with me is that past administration. So, you know, I'm not saying me and Art is best friends or we this and that, we do this and that. You know, I'm not. They were just asking me once. Yeah, but I get what you're saying on sleep on Dion, but he was just asking me. I'm just being honest where I have to go with certain things. You know, and I don't want to go to sleep on this. What's up, Big Pimp in Texas in the building? Houston has touched down. You heard? I don't want to be funny and nothing. Y'all know we done got into it with both people.
Yeah, I get you, B. Marie.
Yeah. I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying personally with me, what I do is I support.
That's just for folks on the phone side to see that B. Marie's not playing side. She's gonna put things up there, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's something that she fully endorses. You know.
No, but what I'm saying, let me finish before I lose my train of thought.
My bad.
What I'm saying is that, in my humble opinion, just for the past administration and the, you know, the quarrels that ain't been different, you know, that ain't been fixed. And like I say, I could be plotting on me too. I'm not saying he is or not, but if you're gonna ask me who would I take, I know it's still a lot of beef on that other end. You know what I'm saying? I will agree with this. Me and the brother have agreed to, you know, we ain't in each other, we ain't crossing each other paths of this, and I can respect that. Then somebody sitting on the background, because just like a shot got fired at him, if you don't think one would be fired at me, y'all are deranged and lunatics on that. Like, don't think it's still love. That's what I'm saying. Like, but both of them, I believe, would be good for the first war. But if you ask me, who could I go with? You know what I'm saying? I would tend to lean more to Brother Art, because I do believe it may be people on his side probably like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? They doing what they doing. I know the people that's probably in her ear don't give two shits about me and 810. I'm just being honest. So I would probably have to tread lightly if a lot of their picks get in. You know what I'm saying? I would have to tread lightly. But I'm not saying would I be mad? No, because I know they would do some. I do believe either one of them would fight for the people. You know, and I do believe they will get help from both of them. But I'm just saying, which one will give me the least goddamn problem? You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing coming up. Maybe if something come up for 810, you know what I'm saying? I know it's gonna be a hard no from Carol. You know what I'm saying? It might be a slow no from Art, but at least I know. You know what I'm saying? I would get some. I'm just saying. Ali Gaddis, Jordan, thank you for tapping in. Big Leroy. Shout out to all the Gaddis clan that's coming in. Hey, Katie, I do agree with you with that. Let me see. What Mark said, somebody got to explain to me why I'd only got 85 votes when he ran in the last election in 2021. There's a reason. I don't think he's electable. If Carroll gets in, he got to drop out. You know what? To be honest with you, Mark, I'm gonna say this: in that last election, and that what was it, that one.
Was that the 20 or
Yeah, that when that the one 22.
No, he was not running the same time as I was.
He
Art
won.
was doing
Yes, it was when yes, it was when Liddell got in that seat. Or was that 21?
That was 21 because that was on a recall.
Right.
I ran during a regular election year.
Yeah, because that's when Maurice lost it. You know, but I don't. To be honest with you, I don't know how that really was playing out. It was so many. Yeah, that was my reselection, right? I think the how that went down. I don't think it was. I think the person they wanted in got in, and that was Liddell Lewis. That was Liddell Lewis. What's up, Michelle Smith in the building? Her and her husband, and Michelle Smith is AKA Ann. You heard, Lil Mama Gaddis. Thank you for tapping in.
Shout out
to all the Gaddis clan.
The way I see it right now, and this is just what's best for 810, not anything I'd prefer to see because I don't live in that ward, right? What would be best for 810 right now between those two is probably the side that doesn't have an active beef with us at the moment. That's just business. But when it comes to who I'd prefer to see, like anyone not associated with Neely, that's just what I'm feeling.
Donnell,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, T, I'm with you. I'm just saying when he asked, I do believe both of them would be good for the first ward. I'm just saying, but if you ask me my personal opinion, where the beef is at, I'm just telling you. But I'm not saying it'll get better. But would I be mad if Carroll got in that seat? No. Would I be mad if Art got in that seat? No. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Well, will I feel like the 4 fell through if Dion got in that? Listen, we got to deal with who in them seats. And it meaning if I become first ward councilman, I'm still gonna have to report the news. I still have to report the news if it's Carroll get up in there. Like whoever get in there, we're gonna be reporting the news. You know, we're gonna give our opinion on how we see fires from how they handling from the elected seats. I'm just telling, and let me be honest. If Dion get in there, you know she despises 810. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is
anyone.
Yeah,
from a business perspective, like anyone that doesn't outright hate us or hold a long-term grudge against us is who I want. But when it comes to a personal preference outside of business, like into a political one, I have none. I'm not pushing for no one. I'm not pulling for no one because we always get burned. Let's face it, every time except for, I believe, Ms. Bev, we have pulled for someone. We have fell out with them. So I'm done with that. It's turned out to be bad for business. It's turned out to be bad blood. It's caused too many fucking problems. I'm done with it.
Demetria Brown, good morning. Donnell, California boy got us.
Oh shit, I haven't done that yet.
Who you talking about, Winters? Yeah, she
Diane.
never said anything bad about 810. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Diane.
Oh, Dion. Yeah. Oh, no. She might didn't, but she had her had a disagreement at city council. Let me rephrase it. Me and Dion had a disagreement at city council. I just let it go when she was talking, like when she was down there taking pictures of people, well, especially when she hit me with them pictures. It you know, and then caught her attitude. I'm speaking with my encounter with her. Let me just speak on mine. I never met her. And I don't know how she had an attitude with me down in council, but she did take that picture.
Like
I'll just say that.
I'll say anyone that's somehow connected with Neely, I don't have any confidence in, just because, I mean, hell, Stanley sent me some pictures yesterday of a gentleman sitting posing pictures with Neely. We've already seen how that goes, right? We've seen Leon, we've seen Candace, we've seen LaShawn. Like, I can only judge these potential politicians by their company if they've never been in the seat and if they haven't, been out in the public. So if you're connected to Neely, I don't want you. That's just my personal opinion, because what happened with Leon. People tried telling me, God, that's back when we were doing the clubhouse chats. People tried telling me, give him a chance. And I said, hell, I was in the middle of Walmart when I said it. I saw who voted to appoint him. I already know where that's going. And people disagreed until we got what we got. So,
yeah, that's yeah. Like I said, if listen, I'm gonna just say this because I can't. Like I say, I can't. Hey, Winters, yeah, that's why I don't really like. You can find people with anybody. I'm just saying, it's like you're gonna have to. We already look who running. That's how I look at it. But I'm just saying, with me, with Dion, my encounter. That's why I rephrased it how she was with me. My encounter was with her, maybe. But I'm just saying, when you're in it, you're in it. She got into with Eric lawyers about pictures, about those pictures. Yeah, because she came in and played. She came in and played the game. But yeah, it's only 9. Come on, let's get them likes up, family. It's just in my humble opinion. I'm just saying my humble opinion, and because I was asked of me about how I feel. But like I said, I wouldn't. I have no idea. Let me see. Why it's hard? Well, you said good morning. Winter's hard. That's what it is. I just look at it like this, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope they can get through, but I hope people can see the game that was being played. Just don't look at this is my thing. I don't want them to get caught up like it was last time where Carol and Rose was caught up in the back and forth and they let Leon slide through. Even though they couldn't stop his slide. And let me say that they couldn't stop his slide. I mean his slide getting in because they got the clerk office.
Thank you.
What's up, Michael Cooley? Thank you for tapping in.
I do want to pull this up real quick because Chris, and I agree with you 100%, right? Because the previous administration had some issues, and there's a lot of floating negative feelings about them that's going to constantly roll through. And I obviously don't like the Neely administration. I've had my personal issues with them. But who have you seen on the ballot that anyone knows? Seriously, I mean, no one. If we could find someone that had the political clout that's been out in the public that isn't heavily tied to either administration and had the financial capabilities to run, I'd say hell yeah. Unfortunately, right now, the field is very slim pickings, my friend.
I'm gonna go one step farther, Chris. You got Republicans and Democrats. Until you can get out this two-party system, you're gonna keep getting what you having. Let's be honest. That's what I hate about it. Like we just pussyfooting around it. Until you get better Democrats and better Republicans, the two-party system, till we can get a third party in and can change some of this, we're gonna constantly have the same problem.
Yeah, we're
gonna continue to have the same problem.
The only one that I've actually seen do anything other than bitch at Winters because Winters didn't update her name on a picture is the gentleman with the facial tattoos that we saw on Monday. And he only stepped up there to get some clarification during a public meeting. That's about it. Everyone else they've just been in the dark. Like, I ain't seen none of them. I ain't heard of none of them, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's like always, new election bring new people.
Yeah.
It ain't.
We'll see because I'll be honest, like before 2022, I wasn't involved in Flint politics at all. So maybe some of the new folks coming in, they take an actual interest in the community if they lose and they try to stay in the community one way or another. Hell, even just as podcasters, which is, in my opinion, like the lowest bar you could set. Because all I've really done is podcasting, a few volunteer events, but they ain't jack shit. They ain't nothing to write home about. But if they just disappear, then pop up for election time, then disappear again, they don't do anything, then hell, I'll hold myself to that same standard. If I move back to Flint and tried running for election again, like, what have I really done for the community? I wouldn't deserve that vote.
I'm looking at it. What about Chad? For my Park Deborah Luna, I don't really know. Good morning, Sir Gregory. I don't know. Even like there's some things I didn't agree with Chad that like some of the stuff that they played to me
Which one's Chad, boss?
that was over there he was on the damn when he running for the school board damn, I know it's from Tanya Ward. Was he on a school board or something he was running for? I remember Tanya did an interview with him.
Uh,
It just to me when we went to that to what I went over there to that meeting, I just seen how they placated to the mayor. And I get it, you know what I'm saying. But and then Chad just move over in the Sixth Ward or something. His kids go to they in the Flint school. Yeah, he was running for the school board.
that okay? You guys saying Chad? I remember him by his last
What's
name.
up, Sir Gregory?
It's only that I remember the last name, not that I remember anything that he's done. There we go. Real KC's giving us the running my memory through.
He lives
Mr. Chaucer ran for the school board and lives in the Sixth Ward. Okay. That's about it then, right? Has he done anything else?
But I mean, I just to me, like I said, I ain't seen enough of what's the name. That like to me, I'm not saying he might not be a good guy, but it's just certain things that he was talking about, and like I just didn't agree with everything he was saying.
What was he talking about?
About the school board, we didn't agree on as far as the people on the school board. I didn't agree in some of the directions, and that's what. But I really couldn't say nothing because Tanya was interviewing him, and I wasn't gonna just step up on her show and say this. Like I don't be impressed when I see the black and white dynamic coming out. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't. When I see it, it'd be some delusional shit going on. Like we got kids graduating at a 4th grade level, they won't bring that up. That's what I be talking about. Like when you want to call people out, that because it's gonna come back to me. It's gonna come back to the black and white dynamic, and I'm not gonna not talk about it.
The gentleman that was pointed out to me by Miss Denise, he had an interesting post. Let me go onto my Facebook and take a peek at it again. But he is talking about helping the school board while on council, and I stepped into his comments. I'm like, hey, you really have no control over that. He points out that, well, city council could have given some of that 94 million of ARPA funds toward the schools. But what about their 100 and change million in ESSER funds that they've still yet to spend all of it on? It would just be excess money that, they probably still wouldn't have spent, even though a lot of those schools need new heating systems, new HVAC, keep the kids warm during the winter, cool during the summer. But second to that, is that even allowed with ARPA funds? Because ARPA funds came with a ton of restrictions federally as to what you can and cannot do with them.
But they seem to knew how to spend it though.
Yeah, they found all the loopholes to throw it toward their nonprofits. But none of those restrictions, by the way, said anything about not able to fix resident housing. They only told you what you could not do with it, not what you could do. So in that list of cannots, there's not a damn thing about helping residents with fixing up their roofs, fixing up their basement walls, fixing up their pipes.
Let me see. So, but B. Marina, I said his kids go to the Flint school system. I never said they didn't go to the Flint.
I'll ask him, but I'll have to figure out how to interview, because I've only done 3 interviews my entire time podcasting, and I'll be honest, I think I suck at it. But sitting down and having a conversation with the gentleman, if he wants to, I will gladly invite him. You know what? Just because you mentioned that, I'm going to go ahead and message him. Thank you. Let's see. Mr. Nate.
Hey, B. Marie. You listen, I never said you can support Chad. I just said I didn't like when we was over there at that 6th Ward meeting. See, when you record, you get to sit back and see things. I never seen, you know what I'm saying? And I watch how people do things. To me, he was placating to the mayor. And that's just my humble opinion for what I seen. They didn't, I ain't saying you got to challenge the mayor. I ain't saying you got to do that, but you got to do some pushback on some things. Not everything he doing is just was right. No, he was running for the school board, but he didn't win that. And that's my thing. I'm not saying he might be a good person. I'm not saying it, but I'm just saying when it's coming back, you would think probably I'm not gonna say Chad probably not active in the school thing, probably is, but I'm just saying overall, what about the whole system? You know what I'm saying? Have y'all seen Chad talking about the school system? I'm saying because I don't know. He might not be in the places that, you know what I'm saying, that I might don't be at. But maybe we need to reach out and get to these different places. And then we can have these conversations. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would love to go ahead and see him out there. And we can have this conversation. How you feel about the superintendent? How you feel about the school board president? How you feel about the vice president? How you feel about all the games that have been played up on there? That's what I'm saying. Like, is you out here talking about that? Is he doing going around when he came on with Tanya? You know, that's when he was running. Why he didn't win, come back and run around and not run around, but come do some of these local podcasts so people can know what's going on. Because maybe they can't see. You might have people who might watch different shows. Hell, sometime I might tip in if I see some. I'm just saying, these are the type of things I would have liked to know. I'm just saying some of the things, because it's to me, and I'm going to be honest, it seemed like when it comes to this mayor, only a few, and I'm gonna say only the ones that be in the chat that's on here, as far as our white counterparts who will call the mayor out. But you get out there, you don't see nobody else calling the fucking mayor out on the things that's going on. You don't see no, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to see, like, what is, what's going on. The scoop, they might have didn't want him. You know what I'm saying? Might have didn't. But I'm still saying because they didn't want him, is he still out here saying these things? You can still be out here letting it be known how people seeing what's going on. That's the point that I'm making. Because he could have easily got on the school board and went along with the get along. I'm just saying. She definitely shouldn't be on the school board, Deborah Loomis. Definitely shouldn't be on the school board. But I'll go back and say it once again that I do not, that clerk office, I don't trust nothing about the clerk office. So all these people that's getting elected, I don't know if they really won. I just believe these people are just getting put on there. Well, cuz I would love to know what changes would he make on the school board. And thank you, B. Marie. Thank you. Just give his bottom. Chad holds a monthly. But why won't he come on some of these? Matter of fact, he ain't got to come on here because I'm about to. He ain't got to come on here. But you would think he would be on all the other podcasts, maybe. You know what I'm saying? To let them know what's going on. I'm just saying that's how you can see things like that. Like how you see how I put this up here because you mentioned about it. Why this not on every other podcast? Why they not inviting Chad on here for Chad can talk about this where it can be broadcasted? Has Chad been down to council where he can say this? Because everybody use council for everything else when they come to the lector.
I mean, people go up to council asking them to try to do something about federal agencies. Yeah. People go to council asking them to do something about state agencies. People go to council asking them to do something about the schools.
Bad as the Flint school system is, that's supposed to be put out there way more what Chad is doing. You would think that. You would think some of the people who got podcasts around here should bring that out. You would think Chad will go start a podcast for that if he already seeing people, that's not getting put out there. That's all I'm saying.
All right, so according to longtime viewer Philip here, Joyce Ellis McNeil, Troy King Jr., and Laura McIntyre are up in term this year. The rest are up in 2028. So vote accordingly. Personally, I like Mr. King. Mick and Mac, not so much.
I don't like none of them. I'm going to keep it real. I like one, Melanie Relaford, and we was into trusty Melanie Relaford. I don't like none of them up there. I'm going to be honest. I ain't going to shit.
Pretty much the opposite. Like, I like Mr. King, just because the guy has had balls to speak out. But Melanie at time, trustee, snuck around behind Clack's back in other ways. Not the intended part, but a few other things. So, I mean, I think you're probably right. They could all just be replaced.
I don't like Teray King. He let that slide when Laura called him a boy, and that slid. Even though
I
he
mean,
got voted out,
at
but,
least he went up there and said something
yeah,
about
but
it and didn't just
he
sweep it
should
under
have.
the rug. He made it public.
Yeah, but he should have made it more public. He should have went like Liddell went on Dennis' ass. That's how he should have went
Shit.
on Joyce. I mean,
Do
not on
you
Joyce too, because she allowed it to go down. That's
do
what
you
I'm saying.
think
You
that
going
it
further.
would have gone any further had he reached out to someone?
I'm just saying I don't like none of them up there. All of them have played games by keeping Joyce in power. Laura still doing what she doing. And we can say, okay, Melanie Trusty Relaford might have did something that we had disagreed with. But hell, look at all the other ones who did something. Maybe because she was in an infant stage, she didn't know, and she thought she was doing
Well,
something.
this was after a year and a half. This is like right toward the end of Mike's tenure. So, and Mike was up there for 2 years. So
Yeah.
that wasn't the baby. You know what I mean? That wasn't
Yeah.
baby stages. So, like I said, I think in that case, I wouldn't be opposed to removing all of them.
Yeah, but definitely
mean-
Laura with calling somebody a boy. I'm
Oh,
just
hell
saying,
yeah.
but it
That and her touting around all these fucking stupid fucking policies that have nothing to do with the education of the kids, that does absolutely nothing to increase proficiency in literacy, math, science, none of the things that, you know, school's actually there for. But she wants to go off on all these feel-good measures that haven't improved the students' outcomes whatsoever. But she is really happy to spend all that money, isn't she?
What's up, new one? Good morning. That's the point that I'm making.
And I'm agreeing with that point.
Hey,
Pastor,
Sir Gregory,
literally right here and then right here. So no.
That's where I
Sorry
was
about
at.
that.
So you guys realized you have a different Flint than when the car industry was there. Facts.
Mhm.
People could be independent thinkers. Now whoever controls the city controls the votes. I mean, to be honest with you, Pastor Gaddis, I don't even care if the seats up like it's gonna get in, this thing's gonna be dead different. I don't see nothing being dead different. Like we can even say the ones who we might think are good, when they get in, what's up, Stanley Wood? To when they get in them seats, they change. Everybody be good. It was one time people said Neely was a good person. Let's quit acting like he wasn't a good person before. Everybody be a good person till they get in them seats.
Here's another thing. Regardless of anything, whoever gets in those seats, a year from then, exactly 1 year, you can set your watch by it. Recalls start flying in. Eventually, one of them will go through on through the language, and someone will go out and get all the signatures, usually going through the clerk's office, and the clerk is going to either play defense or go ahead and set some things up to where it goes through fine. Either way, there will eventually be recalls. So it isn't always election year. Recall season is very close following election season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll give you an example. Okay, this Chad Slotzer. I mean, what is it? Slot? How you say it? Chad S.
I was in the Army. I can't read.
I'm going to show you who his endorsements is. United Teachers of Flint, former educator, board member Dick and Betty Ramsdale, community activist Chia Morgan, Councilwoman Tanya Burns, City Council President Liddell Lewis, former board member Blake Schroeder, Trustee Dylan Luna, Trustee Teray King, Mayor Shell Neely. Top financial contributors, my neighbors in my park. I'm just saying, I'm not saying he can't, he not a good person. I'm just not saying. I'm not. I'm just saying, listen, I'm just going through it. I ain't gonna try to give it all, you know, but I'm just saying he could be a good person. It just, and like I said, you see, even Tanya endorsed him. Remember Tanya, like I said, he was on here back when I was recording Tanya. You know what I'm saying? He was on here. I'm just saying, I feel like, why is he not getting himself out here? Go to these. So I'm looking at this right here when it says, what are your thoughts on ways to improve Black students' achievement in your district and Michigan schools overall? Our students in Flint are struggling in so many ways. Many of them, including my children, were born during the water crisis. They have grown up to exposure to lead, but also exposure to poverty, blight, and violence. Many families have unstable living environments due to our economic crisis. It is natural for students in these situations to wonder if his life's worth it. Sometimes immediate families make these internal battles worse due to their own trauma. We need collective healing and we need to make space for this. Every student in FCS should have access to highly quality mental health. But I'm saying, I get it. I'm looking at, it's like I say, this is good things that he's saying. Having clean, safe places to learn, help to reinforce, but gotta see you down. I'm not saying you probably been down there at the school board. I don't know, because I haven't, I ain't really been paying. I do kind of pay attention to some of it, but I ain't seen where it was like something that, because they still doing the same thing. All I can tell you, when I go to I'm probably not gonna be invited to no more. So y'all know my favorite place in the city of Flint. They should be doing advertising with me, much as I put y'all up on here. Flint Neighborhood United. I'm just saying, he could be. It's his new one. Let me see this one right here. It's a new one. Said Tanya, Liddell, and Neely endorsement suspect already, in my opinion. And I'm not trying to come on here and knock the gentleman, but I'm just saying, we talk about all the other people being visible. We want the people to be out there. You know what I'm saying? I expect them. Maybe I'm not seeing them. And I'm telling you, I probably could not be seeing them. But I feel like it should be a better way to get the communication out for people can know the things that he doing. What, like you say, with the meeting with the parents. It should be out there. And that's what the point I'm making. Chad is very involved with the school. He should be, you would think he'd be on the forefront then. We need to set him up to do some of these podcasts where he can say, because like I'm seeing Joyce Ellis McNeil do podcasts, but it be like they don't be challenged. They let these friends, brothers, and in-law podcasts. I can't stand them. I really want to have a real conversation like they are graduating kids. Why ain't no pressure on the superintendent? Why ain't no pressure on the vice president? I mean, the school president and the vice president. For sure, New Orleans, this legacy effect we are seeing repeatedly in who runs for Flint office today. And like I say, Chad can be. I would love to be. I'll show you how real I am, B. Marie. I would have Chad on here if he want to go ahead. I have no problem putting it out there for people can see. I'm saying, we have to, like, I'm shook on the school board, in my humble opinion. I'm just shook. I need to see more people, like how we see people coming down well, it ain't that many people, but the ones that's calling council out. I want to see the ones calling the school board out.
Man, we used to, in 22, when I ran, was the first city council I ever went to, and I was blown away. I thought there was a lot of people there, and there was 30. Apparently, even just 2 years prior, 2020, that room used to be packed. Right? Now, you get maybe 15 people in there at the beginning of the meeting. Yeah. By mid-meeting, you're down to RL, Art. 21's already left, so we don't count him. And maybe the Wonder Twins. And maybe 2 or 3 faces that I don't really know. So you got like 5-6 people in those council chambers. Right? Like, now, if you go to the school board, I've attended a few of those meetings, and there's been a few where they're packed, usually during election years. Outside of election years, you get maybe at the start of it 6-7 people. By the end of it, 2. Like, I think the local government in Flint is just slept on, honestly, because while we appreciate the views, right? Never get me wrong on that. There is only so much you can get from camera and chat and X, Y, and Z versus actually being there. Like, there really is no excuse. If you live in Flint and you are not at work, or, you don't have home responsibilities or whatever the hell else, and you have some free time, go to the council meetings. It really does put things on, like, more pressure on when they have to look you in the face and stab you in the, politically, as compared to, say, no one's there, so they just do what they want. And they know they're being recorded. They know people are watching, but it's a lot easier to do. Like, I don't think I could sit here in front of all y'all nice folks, all 111 of you, and actually stand up on a stage and speak to you. You know, there's a huge difference and a huge disconnect when it's to a camera and when it's to your face.
Nah, I'm just saying, because I'm looking at new one says she too old. I'm too old to go to jail now, Trevor. I used to go to city meetings. But I'm with you, Philip. People shuck and jive and pander to the people, then chase their own designs when they get those seats. That's why I put that up there. I'm not knocking, but you know what? Hey,
Granny, you're late. Oh no.
I will. What's up, Shotty Shot? I will say this. I would love to have because I know people would be like, you know, because people get they get paranoid if we said went to do an interview, whoever. I would love to see. Because I would love to see him sit down, do the interview with, like I said, if he do it with you, or if he want to do it with Brother Elliot.
Mr. Nate?
Nah, Chad.
Oh, I mean, I'll reach out to him.
Yeah,
Mr.
like
Nate just politely turned me down for now. He asked for
Nate who?
Nate Town. He's running for 4th Ward.
Oh,
yeah. He said his platform is a little bit too crude at the moment, not polished enough, but he's willing to come on once he gets it figured it out. So I'm actually looking forward to that one. He seems like a nice fellow. I'll sit down with Chad. I mean, I'll have to look up what he wants to do and what he's doing, XYZ. I'll do that. That's fun. Definitely not the best interviewer, though. I'd say Wentus is far better at it than I am.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, they'd be acting like they be paranoid. Because what it is, you know, I tell her sometimes she be giving out softball questions on who she cool with. I tell her that, so it ain't like it's the everybody do it, but you don't.
Yeah, she's got a better personality for it, and like when we interviewed those 2 folks for president back in 24. No, it was 23.
22.
No, it was after 22. Remember, we were on Lippincott, 23. Like, I got run over in those conversations. I couldn't control it. They controlled the narrative, like everything, the flow. I got handled. I'll be honest with it. Like, those were, in terms of an interviewer perspective, those were bad. They probably thought they hit a home run with me.
They thought but listen, and I'm not a fool not to think you don't treat people like that anyway when you bring them on. I do believe you. Anytime you interview somebody, you give them
respect.
You got to give them respect that's coming on, but you do supposed to ask some tough questions.
That's also respecting them because I respect you enough to feel that you can answer a hard question. Whereas if I'm giving you softballs, like, oh, what do you think of this? Like, you know, what do you think of puppies? Yeah, obviously, I don't think you're strong enough to handle your own. That's disrespectful, in my opinion.
And you're right, Chris. They said that's why politicians have town hall meetings. I'm hoping they have more time, but we seen how the town hall meetings come. When Clark went to ask the mayor a question, he got mad, and you can't ask this and that.
Clark was kicked out. Hasn't Mr. Elliott been kicked out of some town halls?
Yeah, Elliott left because he said, hey, listen, what's up, the Williams Corporation? Thank you for tapping in. I see, Brother Elliott, and that's where with me with this town, where I wanted to do the meet and greet. No, I'm going to keep putting it out here for other people. Facts, Philip Johnson. The wrong people run the town hall. But see, they want to do it because they be really knowing they candidate can't handle if they get hit with a question. Won't we be honest with that? Reason people do this because they know they candidate. If you hit them with some honest shit, they going to be, just think about it. I'll go back to this with Hillary Clinton. People forgot Roland Martin he ran to give Hillary the answer to the damn questions. This ain't nothing new. That's why people go on them shows. You think Gretchen Whitmer listen, I wouldn't give a damn. Gretchen Whitmer, I couldn't be sitting here. Her and Winter's going to be on that side over there together. You think Gretchen Whitmer going to come on here? Because when she say the Flint water fix, we're going to be like, bullshit.
Yeah, we're going to ask her, like, what have you done to verify that other than just hearing it from the mayor? What do you say to the people who, you know, still say that the water is burning their skin, that the water has a very distinct, unhealthy smell to it? What do you say to the people whose water is coming out different colors? What do you say to the people who are told that they have to replace the pipes in their own homes that the government messed up? You might have done the service lines, okay. You might have done one or two mains, okay. But the government has messed up all the pipes in the city of Flint, including those in the people's homes. Are you telling us that that multi-$1,000 responsibility is on the homeowners? Because the homeowners weren't the ones that made the choice to poison the water. The corrosion in those pipes now is not the homeowner's fault. So how are you going to tell us that the water is fixed then?
But that's the point. But you know why Charlemagne, the guy, wasn't going to push back? Because he worked for somebody. That's why. Even when we look at that, he got the $200 million deal.
And who does he really have in Flint that's going to, pass him that question to ask? Granted, yes, $200 million deal. But he's just got, oh, you're from Michigan. Here's what's going on in Flint. Like, he could have watched us. But
yeah, Carissa Shields on there.
Has she said anything about the water?
But you have to understand, they not gonna bring. She don't have to, but I'm just saying they was not gonna ask her. But this is where I say we mess up at, and I get it. Like, I don't agree with everybody, and like, cause I know I'm gonna get it. I know people gonna be mad, but I'm gonna just say what it is. That's why, man. You know what? I'll say that for another show. I'll save it for another show. That's why, when you bring certain people up and you want them to be the face, you shouldn't do that. You should get people who will be speaking up. See, sometimes we be thinking we can run plans and see it and be thinking we so smart. Sometimes we be so smart that we dumb. And that's when Charlemagne wasn't going to push back. It ain't that he didn't know what was going on. I don't think that them people don't know what's going on. That's my thing. But he's with the Democratic Party. There's certain things they're not going to speak about, just like the Republican Party. You got the people up in top. They not going to talk about the Epstein file. Oh, it was Clinton in there. Oh, these was people. Same thing with the Democratic Party. It was not going to let her come on to a Democrat. That was their base. They used the Breakfast Club to push their propaganda for the Democrats out over there. Just like Fox News, they use that to push the propaganda for the Republic. See, you got both parties got their people who they gonna push their propaganda. That's just like, don't you know? I remember when Roland Martin was here, when he had Dr. Weaver on the show, he had Art Woodson on the show. But has Roland Martin been back since? Oh, brought somebody on? They believe me, these people know about art. They know about what's going on in Flint. They know what's going on. But it's a big thing to cover it up.
I'm sorry. I saw Alan Lynch there. And he's right. More than $1 billion went into Flint to fix the city, fix the water. I mean, not just the wind funds, but you also had other pipe replacement funds and donations, which, let's be honest here, more corruption, but in a different way. When the Weaver administration was in, they were given X amount of money, right? They were given older equipment, sometimes replacement pipes, and they were overpriced. So general fucking large ass main would cost, I don't know, we're going to make up numbers here for a minute, $50K, right? But on the papers, those pipes were charged off as $75K. So when we say billions, I mean, yes, over $1 billion, but the number is actually lower than what it was supposed to be because people were marking up the prices on it. They were trying to either save a few bucks or pocket a few bucks. And that's not actually on the administration's fault for once.
Well, and here we go right here. Remember, Fox News paid over $700 million for lying. Let me see, the several billion since the mid-90s and more. But this the problem. We can sit up here and say, well, the Weaver administration got this money, right? What's up, Blind Intelligence? Did the money come into the Weaver administration coffins? Did it come into
No.
Who did it go to?
So the Weaver administration was given access to an account that actually had the money, but they never had full control of it. It was, okay, you're going to charge your bill to this account and it'll get approved. They're just directing people to it. It was never actually in the possession of the city of Flint until the wind funds came. Those were in the possession of the city of Flint, but that was on council, not the elected, or sorry, the executive branch. Like, I sat down and talked with her about this because I was like, where did the money go, ma'am? What happened? And she sat down. She showed me the paperwork.
Money went to the state. And
bingo.
That's the point. That's the point I was trying to get. I see I was just trying to get
that account was owned by the state, but the city had access to.
So they knew where the money was going.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you have money going to the Red Cross of Lance in Michigan, 50,000. Remember, they was redacting shit too. Yep. They had blacked out on that. Why was you redacting stuff? That's just like with the Epstein file. No, when you redact shit, because you don't want shit out there because it can burn people.
Look, the only redactions I agree with come with national security and like Department of Defense, CIA, all that shit. When it comes to like your actual government files, such as money or suspect lists, shit like that, it should be out there for everyone to see.
Even with government, I don't believe with that neither. I don't believe the president should have he can do this. No, because if you on bullshit, it should
I'm
be.
I'm talking about Army, Navy, Air Force, Space Force.
Yeah, now hear what I'm saying, though. Just like the bullshit when they was doing illegal wars and stuff. No, that shouldn't be well, we can put that back. No, if you went and did something you weren't supposed to do and it get put out there, because what happened, they come out years later, then they want to have trials, tribunals, and all this bullshit. That no, if you would have dealt with it from Jump Street, we wouldn't be having cause they call them rogue. Well, this person went rogue. Well, if you would have stopped it in the beginning,
there's times when you have to, right? Like, so it is actually illegal to film or take pictures of Delta. Why? Because they don't just operate in a military capacity. They also operate in a pseudo espionage capacity. Their faces can't be known, right? When I was doing training, I think it was my second to last field training in the National Guard. We were working with, I believe it was a National Guard Special Forces unit from, it wasn't Mississippi. It was one of the northern states. Might have been Pennsylvania. And several Latvians were taking pictures of them. They had to go and make sure that those pictures were erased because their faces should not be out there in public like that. Those things I can agree with, right? Now, a lot of other shit, definitely not. Basically, if it's outside of legit, honest to goodness, espionage, spycraft shit, and military operations, it should not ever be redacted, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm just looking at what Philip Johnson,
Black Ops, clandestine operations.
Yeah, clandestine operations.
And if we're being serious, the United States does play in wet work as well, or assassinations.
Know that. Shit. Do you want me to pull up the list for you with that done? Like, we ain't even gotta go with the 2020s. We can start back in the fucking 50s and I can bring his own marches on up here.
Now, are you gonna play the domestic or are you gonna play the international?
No, we just go domestic. I just bring up.
See, that's not a thing. It is a thing. It did happen, but that's not military operations. That's FBI being FBI. That's fucking scumbag being scumbag politician bullshit.
But see how you.
I'm talking about overseas assassinations, which we have done. I mean, what do we think Osama bin Laden was? If not an assassination, what else could it have fucking been?
How many did they did over 100 assassination tips on Fidel Castro?
Yeah. Right there. That's international. That is an assassination. Right. Like that goes into military CIA. That's non-domestic.
Let me see. I see Williams Corporate said infrastructure fund gave $400 million.
Yeah, he said that twice.
Let me see what Carol Kincaid also said. He seen where it said 100 something, wasn't it, that I missed? Then I'm looking at Carol do not overlook Community Foundation of Greater Flint part in money moves. How much unspent money is left of those donated dollars? See, you can keep going. It said the leader in Libya comes to mind. Facts, Patrice Lumumba. I was finna say Patrice Lumumba. that they was in on that. Hell, they was in, United States was in on it, helping them. What was the king? Not the king, the president, Nelson Mandela. After they freed him after 20-some years and let him be president. I'm just saying we can show what we done did so many.
I mean, how about Pablo Escobar, guys? The guy wasn't even a government official. He was just a drug kingpin. Is that still not considered? Is that considered an assassination, or is that just a murder?
Oh, hold on. We got one right here. Not true. The Green Beret was on standby to kill Martin Luther King. Now, if you go look at that,
I want to see that.
And
I want to see the
diabolical.
I want to see those records.
Oh, they said they had military intelligence on him. You can go pull that up. I would love to go pull it up right now.
Like I said, I want to see records on that. Not conspiracy, not third hand. I want to see actual records.
Well, answer this question for me. Why do we say conspiracies?
A conspiracy just means a plan with 3 or more people. Usually when we say conspiracy, though, it's unsupported theory. Now, you may be absolutely right. There may have been a Green Beret, right? But without evidence to support it, it is still unsupported. It could be 100% true. Hell, I could sit here and say that the crew of the Challenger, the space shuttle that blew up, was alive until they fucking hit the water. But I have no evidence to back it up. However, I've spoke with several people who might know something about it, and they've assured me. In that case, well, I've spoke with several people. I have no evidence to back it up. That is what most people call conspiracy.
Until they become true.
Until it becomes true.
Until they're ready to put it out. They'll call anybody say they just think about it with what's my man name? The one that wrote broke the thing on the drugs. Shit.
Which drugs, dude? I mean, come on.
No, I'm finna get it to you. I'm talking about he was a news reporter. The one that said,
are you talking about the
Webb?
Iran-Contra?
Yeah, Webb. When he was trying to act like and say about them bringing drugs in. I know his last name was Webb.
So Iran-Contra was first broke by the Lebanese magazine Al Shira in November 3rd, 1986. In the U.S. side, let's see, the leak came from Mehdi Halasami, who was working with the CIA. Then leaks started happening in Nicaragua for Eugene Hefesus, who was impacted by the CIA. Yeah, there's a lot of leaks on that one. They sucked. And I'm sorry, like, if you're trying to do some massive operation like that, they had too many moving parts and too many people to keep it secret for long. The only way to keep a secret between 2 people is to kill one of them. Be 100% with you there.
But his name was Webb. I know the last name was Webb.
Yeah, I think that's the one that broke it in the U.S.
Yeah, and then they said he shot himself twice in the head with a shotgun, committed suicide.
Twice in the head with the shotgun in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a suicide attempt, obviously. I'll be right back. I have to use the restroom and grab some coffee.
Yep, go ahead. Yep. And that's the point that I'm making. That's why I found me when I was looking at I was watching, like I said, go watch Tim Black, his podcast when he breaking down fires, Whoopi Goldberg, Anna Navarro, Sonny Houston, but these are the people. Hey, Alan, I agree with you, but these are the people. That's why I was saying when I was having a conversation. Remember the conservatives was loving Candace Owens. Candace Owens was a delight to the conservatives. But then when she went to calling them their hypocrisy out, she's a whack job now. She's a whack job. Long as she was talking about black folks, she was the darling. Just look at Jason Whitlock with the Blaze, how they just came out, not even with proof, secondhand information. Oh, King was an immoral man. Gary Webb, thank you, Philip Johnson. Gary Webb, because I was over here pulling it up. Hey, Chris Caleb, facts. The conspiracy is when the government uses word conspiracy. And that's what's messed up. But that be hard to believe. They denied Malcolm X entry into England and France weeks before his assassination. It was a combined three-letter government, a three-letter organization effort that kept tabs on him. But see, we don't believe that's real. Hey, brother, I watched that. Tony Terry. Because he said, you know what Stephen A. then found out? Stephen A. found out he mad now because more blacks are starting to call him out. Stephen A. got that money. When he finally started getting money, just think about it. Stephen A. really think he wanted him. He was able to get Max Kellerman kicked off the show. He can come on here, dog, the brothers out, say they, because he want them. I sure will, Philip. They wanted him, but now the blacks calling him out, showing him for who he is. But that's what happened. To me, that's that Boulay crowd. The blacks who got it. He feeling messed up because it's like y'all was letting me for years to go at him like this. Because this wasn't the first time like Stephen A. But see, in the U.S. media, if you dog blacks out, you get popularity. You get popularity. That's what it is. Listen, that's what it is. Why is we having a big issue? Listen, family, I get it. We running out to Minnesota. Like I say, and I was talking to my, to people that's running out. I was like, I get it. You want to go out there. I get it. Let me see what Alan said. But, do I agree with it? Because is any of them Somalians going to come here and help us? When it was helping, that's what I'm saying. But that's just to show you how we feel. We feel everybody else pain but our own. And that's crazy. Let me see. They found the Lions Train Tunnel that was the first part of the mission for SEAL Team. Wow. Let me see this right here. It says, Alan Mickey, when Martin and Candace and many keep speaking master language, they are right. But when you pivot from master language, you become the problem. Right. That's what it is. That's why you can see, and if you look at these shows, you can just see how they play them, how they set it up. Oh, facts, Sheila, facts. Ron Brown, bullet in his head, but the plane crashed. See, but we won't think like that is something serious because they've been knocking out competition here. See, we play this game like we just so further, like we just, we're above that. But see, we have our people get in there and play the game. That's just like now they want to call him. I feel Stephen A. Smith. Did I been not agreeing with him because I ain't like how he came at at Jasmine Crockett, whether if you like her or not. Let me see. Oh, let me pull it up. You sure did, Chris. Let me pull this up. See, but we pull this type of stuff up, people will get mad. Let me pull it up.
Sorry about that, Mick. I'm
Yeah, no problem.
Creatine, and it's a diuretic, so I have to go pee a lot. Yeah. I probably shouldn't have worked out before the show, but then again, I've been up all night and I got restless. Jaja Boy, yes, there's a website. I'm gonna have to ask my wife for it real quick. That'll tell you the criminal deportations. You can look them up by country. Let me see.
And I got it on here too, Chris. I see what you said. I got it, but I got it right here too. I was reading it. You can go pull it. Said the allegation that a team of United States Army Special Forces Green Beret was on standby to kill Martin Luther King Jr. is a central part of conspiracy theory promoted by William F. Pepper, the lawyer for James Earl Ray. That's what I said. Yeah, James William Pepper. Go pull that up. All you got to do is go. I can make it more easier for you. We ain't even got to go through all this. Go pull up. What's the one guy name I've been telling y'all about? He's no longer with us. You ain't gonna know him. What's that dude name? Stokely. What's my man? Stokely something. Go pull up the man who killed JFK, and you will see who was all involved in it. And damn, I can't think of my man's name.
Give me my face swap.
He's dead now. Stephen Stokely. Stephen Coakley. Go pull up and you're gonna see what William peppered them to show you who was all involved in the assassination of ML King.
Okay. Now, once again, is it actual documents or is it someone who heard something and uncooperated?
I just got
that's the question.
But a lot of the stuff that we get, Trevor, that we're gonna go by what other people say, and we just take it for what it's worth. Like I said, you have to find through it. I mean,
like that's why it's called a conspiracy
theory. Yeah, but I'm just saying the same thing with 9/11. You had people saying, well, them real conspiracy theory, oh, they came through over here through the border, and then that come out. Then they had every excuses, everything on how they came. And we got so many people saying that was a controlled demolition, allegedly. They saying that was a controlled demolition.
Which part? 9/11
fell down. Yeah, 9/11. How the towers fell down. Now you can go. I mean, we can go. Jason Couture, who was a specialist in that Army. What's now? You can go pull. I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
These folks, they keep on saying jet fuel doesn't melt steel I-beams. True. Are you also taking into account the several 1,000-pound airplane moving at several hundred miles an hour smashing into that?
But how they fell down, they didn't tip this way. It came down, and you had people say they heard an explosion. Then you look at the other tower that wouldn't even hit.
Now, that one, I will say, it's all suspicious, but that one, nothing touched it. Not even a flame touched it. Not even a spark. And it fucking dropped straight down. But it's just like, I could actually make you a model and show you. When that pressure happens, it's not going to knock it over. It's basically blank space in there. It's knocking enough down. But it weakens it.
But how
it will fall straight down?
But it fell down like a controlled demolition. But we done seen plenty of them. Did you see the bomb that happened over in Oklahoma with Timothy McVeigh? When they did
that was an explosion on the outside, whereas the plane plowed into the building. The building is not a completely solid structure. It's mostly empty space on the inside.
But like you just said, the other building wasn't touched, but it just happened to come down.
That one, yeah. And remember, that's the one that had fucking financial records for several banks.
Facts. So we don't think like that. But just on that one, right? It, like Alan, you see what I'm talking about? It was an implosion. That's why you got people who saying it, even the people who against it. I mean, for it, like, nah, that ain't making sense. Because you can't. Then, like I said, if that one, like I said, if that one building wasn't touching and went down, what make us think the other ones didn't have nothing in there? Then, I'm just saying, when you look at it, and then you seen the other things that have been done, just think about it. For us to get in World War II, we got in one of the boats. Our boats got with the United.
That was World War I.
World War I. United States boats got attacked, right?
That was a passenger liner, and it was confirmed that it was a German U-boat. The Germans even took responsibility for it.
That was the military boat that they took down that got exploded.
No, what they blew up was a civilian liner.
Yeah, they also blew up. It was one of the, I want to say, was it the Marines or something they did?
No, if you're wanting to. So we did get into a war with the Spanish-American War, when the USS Maine had an explosion aboard ship and sank in Havana Harbor. And we blamed it on a mine. However, it going down, looking underwater, you see the explosion is going outward from the hole. It was a boiler explosion. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. What got us into World War I was the USS Lusitania.
Mm-hmm. That's what I know. I know I'm gonna get it.
And Ellen Lynch, mind you, I've been blacksmithing lately. while the melting point is 1700. The forging point, in other words, where metal gets all soft and squishy and you can deform it to look like things with a hammer, is around 1,000 degrees. Give me a second. Where did I put it?
Mm-hmm. The Lusitania, but it wasn't even, and they allowed it to happen. Who was the president? I got the video, family. I would be uploading it.
We weren't sending military escorts with any of our ships because we weren't officially in the war. It
war,
would have been on the British to escort the ship.
But when the boat,
in their corridor.
Yeah, but when the boat got attacked, that's how we got up in there. Hey, facts. That was about Standard Oil and good tires. It says, not sure how much of this was accurate. It was one of the boats. Read the book that David Icke wrote about. Hey, facts. I got it. Listen, I was just pulling it up. I could show y'all. It's a whole video. I pulled it up. I just ain't brought it right here. I got the different ones. I'm gonna go over them to make sure I won't get in trouble on how they got into it. I just want to let y'all know I got it. I like to just go back over the stuff before I put it on here and get me flagged. Usually I will put it up.
You don't get flagged for putting out weird shit. I mean, fuck, flat earthers don't get flagged.
Yeah, nah, but I did on that one. Remember, they flagged me on the second one, but not on this one.
Oh, that was okay. Yeah, you're talking about using other people's
Wesley Clark
content. I thought you were talking about the information itself. I'm like, no, flat earthers don't get.
Yeah, no, because I was gonna use, like I said, I got it, but I have.
And we got flagged a couple days ago. I think it was like a week and a half ago. I appealed it and we were fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just an appeal, like they fuck up. So like, don't be afraid to put shit up. Honestly.
No, I'll be because some of them be playing like the movie.
No, I'll turn around and I'll appeal. Like, no, fair use policy right here.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah, but that's why I was looking at it now when they broke it down, and it was like why they had really, as you know, they allowed it to happen. That's like even they saying with Pearl Harbor, they knew they was coming, but it depends on who you want to listen to. You got different historians look at it different.
I mean, I tend to listen to the radar operators on that one who saw it coming, reported it to their chain of command. And chain of command said something like, those must be American planes. It was stupidity. Remember, never attribute malice to what could easily be explained by stupidity.
Some things, stuff don't go by. It just happened by accident. Some things you need stuff to go down for you.
I'm not saying accident. I'm just saying fucking sheer stupidity.
Yeah, but
I hate attributing intelligent
really
malice to some of the dumbest people we've ever known.
But maybe that's ways we can get in there. Like, this is how you might have to make some sacrifices for stuff to go down and you can get in there. Like, we done did that plenty of times and did stuff to.
We were making plenty of money off of World War II. We didn't have to get involved. Fuck. The Lend-Lease program, had we continued it, like, since we got involved in the war and we were considered belligerent, we just started giving shit to Britain. Had we continued the Lend-Lease program until Britain fell, we would have been able to extract present-day trillions of dollars from them.
Oh, okay, Phil. That's what you're saying. You're saying by accuracy. I mean, the article, I put the link on Steve Coakley. There may be parts that are entirely on point, and that's what botch means, Trevor. Parts, because I'm saying when you go pull up Stephen Coakley on like I say, go pull it up on the men who killed MLK. Just go pull it up and you will see the different things he was getting. And that's all you got to do is go, like, different ones. I said, if you go, what was it called? That's why I love to watch. Man, I haven't been around. Like, I love to go back and go look at the history for people can see. That's why I go look at both do harm by sheer lack of skill, knowledge, or awareness. Every war we had was about oil, drug, and other natural resources. Facts. Without malice. They allow some things they're allowed to go down. That's why I was bringing it up when you was having a conversation earlier about them allowing drugs to come in. That was malice. But if you could, like, regardless how we might look at it, and like we like, the conversation we had, but with them bringing drugs in, look how it damaged a generation of people. That's what I'm saying. That nothing happened. We can go over here and look and say, because what they didn't tell you, it was, don't you know, it was kids on drugs too. You had kids on drugs. You had parents selling their kids. They act like the government didn't know that this stuff would be that addictive, and then when you did do it, we're gonna lock you up. That's the point that I'm saying. It's babies that was born crack addicted. We don't know how that might have messed with their developmental skills or none of that, but we just brush it off. And that's what, and I do facts with it. Instead of things happening, okay, let me see what Philip said. Instead of things happening by accident, it is doing things with intentions, and that's what it's like we missing over that. Well, and George Bush brother was over the so-called remodeling of the towers. Thermite and micro nukes cut through steel like steel butter.
I'm just gonna sit here and say micro nukes, huh? Now, look, as long as you keep somewhere within the realm of reality, I'll listen. But when we go with micro nukes, that's kind of where I'm cutting it.
What hit the Pentagon? Remember the Pentagon?
They said it was supposed to be a passenger airline, but when you take a look at the video and them showing an engine, that was an engine about the size that fits in an F-16.
Yeah, and some say it was an explosion. That's what I'm saying. Whoever you go to, both sides, you can pull it up to tell you it was an explosion. But and then just happened to be the guy that owned the towers happened to take terrorist insurance out. It just, when you go look at all the different things, the coinky dink, then a lot of people didn't show up to work to use it would have been more packed. It's just so many things that lead to conspiracy to make you think like, but we eat it up. I feel like Man in Black. They did this. They put the thing up. We're going to make y'all think this is what happened. And I feel that's how a lot of stuff be going on.
I feel that, yeah, there was a lot of foul play in 9/11, but I also feel that people just want to reach for some shit as well. Right? Like, okay, I'm willing to bet that the U.S. knew 9/11 was coming. I'm willing to bet U.S. took advantage of it in the Pentagon and Tower 7. I'm also willing to bet that planes actually struck and caused damage sufficient enough to destroy Towers 1 and 2. Two things can be right here.
It could be. And it could have also been, like I said, it could have been what make it.
We can use Occam's razor here. Which makes more sense?
Which one do make more sense? You got a building in one touch that went down.
That right there. Listen to like what I'm saying. People using 9/11, knowing it was coming to their advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So destroying Tower 7, hitting the Pentagon, right? Also not stopping the terrorist ahead of time so that we could do X, Y, or Z. But planes hitting those towers and destroying them is still completely feasible and plausible.
It just that hit them, and then it's like how they went down. It was in demolition form, how they went down. It just, when you didn't seen it.
When one story collapses,
mm-hmm.
It isn't just going to plop fall. It is a mostly empty space being held up by a couple pillars. But when that one story collapses and say 15, 20 stories above it suddenly fall, those pillars at one story or the stories below it don't just hold. They will fucking collapse with it.
And that's what I'm saying. How does a tower go down almost straight? I mean, we could keep going. Like, they're gonna keep, like, listen, it's gonna be more excuses being made than we, like you said. You admit to this part that you did feel the government took advantage, the Bush administration,
the government and individuals, like Mr. Dude who owned the buildings and got insurance on them.
Hey, Alan, but that's not a coinky dink. BBC News reported one of the towers falling before it went down. See, all this stuff was going on, but they didn't nobody want to talk about it. That's what I'm saying. It leads to so many unanswered questions. With the plane, when they said you found some people got on the plane with box cutters, miners took over a plane with box cutters.
Mm-hmm.
These was big planes, right? And they so-called with the limited experience that they had, how they swung it around, how they did it.
And they took flight courses. And remember, there are people who knew these men, went through the flight courses, and they said, I don't need to know how to land.
And this what I'm saying. That goes back to, like, they found people ID. They had all the people already lined up. It was just a good story that what they was putting. I'm not listening. Hey, how governments do what they do. We have to, let me see, the government can give us, let me see this, Mrs. You know who. The government can give us some far-fetched story and expect us to believe it. But when the people make it make sense, they try to say it's a conspiracy theorist. I'm just conspiracy theory. I'm just saying that people that they learned how to fly these. I'm just saying, people take years who they just jumped in there, flew them, and did this, and then they had all the people involved in it. They mean you already knew. To me, it was a bigger thing. They got what they wanted because they got the Patriot Act. They got to go start their war over in the Middle East. You know what I'm saying? They got to do it. That's the point that I was trying to make. We have done things and let things that happen before we can go do what we need to do. Them people, to me, was that, and that's what we've been fighting the war on terror since 9/11, 2001.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how we over in the Middle East right now. Because was it Iraq or was it Afghanistan that attacked America?
Afghanistan was harboring the people that attacked America.
And what did they find Obama at because they saying he was in Afghanistan?
Obama?
Yeah,
Pakistan, just across the border, less than 20 miles.
That probably was there the whole time, but you went and wrecked the whole country.
His
dropped bombs.
Majority of his network and his organization was in Afghanistan. I remember fighting them. I remember people giving us messages from them.
And that's the point. That's what I'm saying. That's the point that I'm saying. They said United States dropped some unconventional bombs, some new shit. They went, and when they was dropping stuff.
The only new thing we dropped there was the thermobaric bomb, and that was toward the end, which uses a fuel air explosion. What that does is just before it explodes, it releases a mixture of fuel, aerosolized, and then sparks it. And what that does is allows for a greater area of explosion and causes a vacuum. But those have been around for forever. We were just the first ones to use them in combat. Russia's recently used them in Ukraine, using the TOS-1 and TOS-2 systems.
And that's the point. Now, that's what I'm saying. Now, look at all the damage you done created. But then you win. That's what I'm saying. We use this to go with our fight with to attack the Middle East.
And we were in the Middle East before 9/11.
Yeah, but we went deep into it this time.
I mean, we've had bases in Jordan, Beirut, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, UAE, going further, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, since the 1990s.
Now go study what General Wesley Clark said, and this was planned. That's what I got the flag for when he said when they was going over in the Middle East, but it was the prelude for the 9/11. See, he's a general. He break that down. That's what, like, he broke that down, what we did and like all the stuff. This, like I say, family, this just not me. Go look at General Wesley Clark. Go pull up the body Jesse Ventura, that was an ex-wrestler that was doing the thing on 9/11. Go pull up, is it Oliver Stone, the movie director that do stuff. Go pull up these and you will get to see. Not just don't pull up what America telling you. Go get, what is Americans, but go get the different perspective where they telling you what was going on, and not just the one that the news push out. Go see what's really going on. You got to understand when the CIA was in Iraq, they remember weapons of mass destruction. Went over there, said was no weapons of mass destruction. That's what we was going over there for. No, in Iraq, no weapons of mass destruction. Remember, what's his name? Let him use Colin Powell. Let him use his when he went to the United Nations. All this anthrax, this and that they had when they went over there, didn't find it. Had your own one of your own groups telling you it wasn't there. We don't have none, but we went over there off of pretext. War on terror. Alan, that's what I put on there. I mean, that's
only going over one of the excuses, by the way. There were 3 of them.
Yeah, but
once no weapons were found, it was because they support terrorists. After it was found out that Saddam Hussein was keeping terrorist factions at bay and away because he didn't want American interventionism, then we said it was to free the people. You have to go through all 3 excuses, not just the first lie. You have to go through the second lie and the third lie as well.
I went to the second. Remember I said then it was war on terror.
Chris Callip, which bomb was dropped on Iran? Because the only bombs I know the United States have dropped on Iran were during 2025. And that wasn't a fuel air bomb. Those were JDAMs. A fuel air bomb blows up on surface JDAMs. Well, they're bunker busters. They go through the ground.
He just dropped. But this the thing, when you drop, and that's just like with Hiroshima when we dropped the bomb on them. You still got people.
I still don't apologize for that.
Well, I'm not asking you to apologize. I'm just saying.
I just want to make my position.
Yeah, I just want to put this out here. But look at the babies that's still suffering to this day. Drop the bomb. United States the one, but they don't want nobody to have nukes, and they the ones who drop nukes. I'm just saying, like
we aren't the only ones actually. So the French were testing out nukes in one of their African colonies, and there was a region that was kind of rebellious for good reason. I mean, who wants to be fucking French? Anyway, they tested out their first nuke there over one of the cities, or close enough to one.
Hell, let's go with what's my man King Leopold? What about the Rhodes Scholar? Cecil, what's the Rhodes Scholar and the Cecil B. Rhodes that you get, the Rhodes Scholarship that you get? Look what they wanted. They named some shit after him.
I just wanted to point out that the United States is not the only. We are the only one to drop a nuke in war and in anger, but the French have dropped one on foreign people as well, and then we're not even gonna go over the broken arrow.
Said, okay, Christian, show us the documents. What about the bomb? Now, they said they dropped some some new shit they dropped in Trump.
The last one Trump dropped recently. Sure, give me just a second. Because I only know of one strike, and it came from B-2s that were bunker busters to go into the nuclear complex. But, I mean...
He just dropped one recently, with Chris saying.
Recently? Yeah. What? How recent? Because I keep up with military news. Let me see. When did Trump bomb Iran?
Okay, it was a surface to air, but I don't know if there was really such a thing.
Sir, what?
I'm looking at what Philip's saying.
Surface to air missile. We used to have the Nike missile system, which was nuclear. It was meant to take out entire formations of bombers. Midnight Hammer, June 22nd. U.S. Air Force and Navy attacked Iranian nuclear facilities. We also launched Tomahawks from some of our subs.
Man, hey, Alan cut their arms off. Had them down there with one arms over in there. That's why I'm like, listen, like, let's don't even get. Let me
just Williams, we're gonna remove that. No personal information like that, please.
Since he's been president, Trump done dropped some stuff.
So
Saturn bomb. So, okay, what's the Saturn bomb?
Saturn, give me a second. Real quick, the only strike on Iran from the United States that comes up is June 22nd, 2025, where we dropped the GBU 57A/B MOP bunker buster carried by the B-2 stealth bombers. This thing's actually kind of heavy. Let me see. Its mass is 27,125 pounds. And that's all conventional warhead, by the way.
This is a restaurant, steaks.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know what the Williams Corporation is talking about like 90% of the time.
Then they dropped a bomb on Philadelphia. That's why when people say the first terror attack was on 9/11, no, it was not. Let's go to Tulsa, Oklahoma. But that's not
Saturn
a big issue.
refers primarily to the pulse power machine at Saudi. No. There's something on YouTube. Learn more from the base. RS-28 Samat Saturn II. So I will type in RS-28 Saturn II. And delete everything else. All right, the Sarmat is Russian. I know nothing about Russian missiles. Super heavy intercontinental ballistic missile came into service 2023. Go away, Nugget. So,
family, I will have that. I will have that for y'all to like. I'll probably have it. I don't know. I'll probably come on Thursday, but I'm gonna bring up about that. I got to go through the videos. That's what I'm trying to go through them while I'm over here looking about how America got it. I forgot who was the president at that time during World War One. Wasn't it
World War One? Might have been a Roosevelt.
Was it a Roosevelt?
World War One, U.S. president. How about I put one instead of exclamation? Yeah. Woodrow Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson, yeah.
Who led America into the war in 1917 after initially promoting neutrality and later advocating for a world safe for democracy. He served from 1913 to 1921, guiding the nation through the conflict and becoming a key figure in shaping the post-world order, including advocating for the League of Nations, which was a colossal failure.
Nah, for sure, Chris.
Well, Chris, if it can't be substantiated, how can you
I was pulling it up because I know some of the documentary. Like I said, man, my uncle had the books on that. Like I said, my uncle got the map on
this is true, by the way.
Yeah, my uncle got the map when they went into Vietnam. I forgot what branch it was. They got they yellow with the street going through. They still been fighting to get their patch back. I mean, get the horse. I forgot which one.
The 1st Cavalry Regiment.
Yeah.
So what they did is there was a retreat, an actual retreat, a literal route where they ran away and left several of their artillery pieces and several pieces of equipment for the NVA and the Viet Cong to capture. So as punishment, the Department of Heraldry turned the horse's head around, facing away from going forward, basically running away.
You said that was in World War One when because it wouldn't. I mean, they lost. I thought they lost it before Vietnam.
No, in Vietnam is when they turned the horse's head around. So it used to face forward.
I remember
on your shoulder, it would be facing this way. Toward your face. They did a 180 with it and faced it that way as basically a punishment for cowardice in the face of the enemy.
I thought it would
at a division level.
Yeah, no, I seen it because, like I say, when I would be in my uncle's basement, like he had that put up there. He always had, and it showed all the different infantries and stuff when they went in, where they attacked, where they were stationed at the map.
Here, let me show you. This is far easier for me to just show.
Yeah, I remember that one. I remember that one on the map.
Oh, wrong one. Let's go ahead and put mine up. Remove yours. I guess remove mine. Add to stage. There we go. Yeah, this. So you can see. Yeah. The horse they never rode, the line they never crossed, the shield they never used. The 1st Cavalry Division.
And they still fight to this day.
Yeah, they're still fighting to this day to get that horse's head turned around. Just like the 4th Infantry Division, my division, is still fighting to this day to get Mountain Tab over top.
Yeah, no, I remember. I remember that just from being at my uncles and stuff, and they map.
Yeah. So my division is trying to get a mountain tab over the top of this because we are the only post that serves 100%, or were, because Fort Carson. The 4th Infantry is the only post that serves full-time in the mountains. 10th Mountain Division up in New York actually is in a pretty flat area, though they can call themselves Arctic, no problem, but there is no mountain there.
Yeah, I'm saying, Alan, we are reminded about Hitler's destruction in Germany every year. It's taught all in the American school, but the destruction of 20 million blacks is not mentioned. That's Fort Hood.
Okay, Chris. It's at Fort Hood, but 3 brigades are at Fort Carson.
I'm just looking but that's never gonna be brought up though.
Oh look, Fort Carson, Colorado. It's almost like I know where my fucking unit patch comes from.
Well, back to like I was saying, Alan, that's never gonna get brought up. Like I said, we're gonna sit up here and go all day, and like we're gonna just overblow that. We just gonna overblow it, and that's how it is. Like they gonna mention. Listen, they want it out the history books right now. Some of the stuff. That's why you know what I'm saying. Would be. That's why I look in. Like, listen, they gonna make you remember that. They gonna make you remember that. Said first or whatever. Yeah, listen, I'm not a military man, so I'm not a military, but I'm gonna still go to this. They gonna make you remember. Oh, you said you lost.
We're all lost on our topic.
Yeah, like it just went. You know,
we're kind of meandering right now.
Yeah, we had the end. Matter of fact, we got 3 minutes, 2 minutes left, 3 minutes left. Family. So I was still talking about I didn't Trevor you.
Thanks, Alan. I will remember that. but it's okay because those big corporations got me a paycheck with your taxes the rest of my life.
Say y'all please remember. Okay, so that's why it's important for us to know. Hey, Mama Quill, I keep saying that. This is why it's important for us to know our history. I keep saying that because I don't listen. They already they give us a little small section of it in the school anyway. They give us a little small section anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see the difference that we having on all the different things that's going on. Fires with ICE, fires with how the police acting. You know what I'm saying? We see how it is. It's gonna always be a difference. Even with me and Trevor, we don't see nothing the same fires with ICE. So
hell no. He and I were on the phone. He and I were on the phone for what, an hour and a half this morning, and we were disagreeing like every which way.
Yeah, we don't agree on nothing with that. And I tell y'all that. That's why I just look at it. On me, it is what it is. Like,
great thing though. At least you and I can agree to disagree, and it doesn't turn into a fuck you situation. You know what I mean? Like,
no, because I want to know how people feel. I want to know. I'm not into like I'm gonna just shut it down, but I just know what fires where we at with it though. Like I said, everybody hollering about Minnesota, and I said I'm gonna say this while you on here. The liberal, and I played the video yesterday. The real beef, the Cold War that we having is between the conservative and the liberal. The blacks is fighting both parties, and I'm just gonna keep it 100. Because if you go look, and I said this, I talked to you. About the thing about Keith Porter, what happened? We totally off on that one. I talked to a liberal, and you know what? You and him, Dan, agreed, but you know what y'all different agreement was at? When it came to Minnesota, you stayed. Well, she should have been in there. They had a problem about what happened to the young lady, and I said it was wrong because even when I looked at it, it ain't like that ICE officer didn't have to use the force that he did, but. The different agree, like I said, y'all agreed on what happened to Keith Porter with no big thing.
I didn't say it's no big thing. What you said was nothing corroborating that The guy
you-
just came out and shot him.
Yeah, what you believe what the news was saying. You believe the ICE agent, and I believe Keith Porter. That's what we was at, and that's what, like I say, when I talk to the liberal, the same thing. It was all right, you know. Y'all agreed on fires. What happened wasn't no big thing, but when it came to what happened to the lady, you still agreed she shouldn't have been in there. But you know what the white liberal said? No, they was wrong. I'm like, damn, but both of y'all can agree on. I'm just saying, both of y'all took the approach on it. Wasn't, you know what I'm saying? You believe the ICE agent to innocent, right? To proven guilty. You take you because like you told me, and I'm looking at. But when it came to,
then, let me pause for a second.
Go ahead.
I will take it at face value right now until more evidence comes out, right? Because the same thing holds true for the dead man, innocent until proven guilty. Unfortunately, he's dead, so his innocence ain't going to prove anything. It ain't going to bring him back to life. Okay? With that woman, there is fucking evidence left, right, and center. Number one, she had been harassing them all day, following them, stalking them in her own words. And then as she's being told to get out of the vehicle, you hear her wife yell, "Drive, baby, drive!" As she guns the gas, thankfully slips, still hits an officer, has internal bleeding, and he shoots her. There's a large difference there.
And I'm gonna go back. That's why I say I go back to the liberal and the conservative. The liberal was like, and like I said, when he was making if you see what old boy said, like the liberal I was talking to, he's Democrat. He was like, well, she was pulling out the way. He didn't really have that. I was like, but damn, I'm just looking. Like I said, I let him talk. I said, but damn, but you taking a different stance on the Minnesota situation than you taking it from. She was innocent on Minnesota, but we gotta wait till we get proof out here on what happened in California. That's when I was like, no, what we battling with both factions. It's just the both factions into it with each other, but we battling with both, because I'm saying we seeing police chief step out and saying ICE is wrong. But what about when they was whooping our asses in the streets and all this? With no police stepping up. I'm just saying we ain't seen none of it. But I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying this what it is. Yeah, but we had the 2 hours.
This is why I try to avoid this, because I get yelled at, stop that, you're wrong, this, that.
I mean, listen.
I try to avoid it because I don't feel like arguing with 100 fucking people.
Well, we out, family, and I'll see y'all later on. Yeah, I'm doing a 3-peat today. Well, I'm doing a 2-peat. Today, Winter's doing the 5:15. She's doing her Winter's Hall show, and I'm coming back with the nightly nip. Family, I'll see y'all in a little bit. Peace.